Let's make it Koi, because it's close to our border, and we could probably defend that mountain pretty easily. We can get there on the 25th of October. There's a chance that they're just going to ignore this little one stack, and that little one stack is going to be able to go up there and just like take that mountain fort. In the meantime, we are going to go for his capital with most of our army, and some troops can go here. Let's tell our subjects to attach to either of these two, but not this one. Good stuff. We also have mountains here and here that we can occupy. Mountains? I don't know why I say it so weird. I do say it kind of weird, don't I? Yeah, okay, so they're not going to let me snipe that fort. That's fine. War taxes, yeah, thank you. War taxes. Not using flurry tactics? Hold on. What are flurry tactics? What tactics am I not using that I was supposed to be using? Okay, we have no siege ship leader here, but one of our subjects is going to come and attach. Let's pull our cav off. And, like, one of the infantry. Caraman's over here. We do want to knock out Caraman and Kandar relatively quickly, because they only had, like, 15k troops of their own, but they're definitely going to get more soon. Where did that 3 stack of my subject go? Why? No, don't attach to this army. Go attach to that army, sir. Why you have to be so dumb? Here, Iraq, go here. I want your siege leader here. I mean, it's obvious. Also take admin tech. Unfortunately, we just lost some of our piety, but I don't care. I want it. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna take influence. Would you like to do poll? Oh, you're saying that I should have just paratroopered my whole army up there? Yeah, I could have done that, but it's not really that big of a deal. Occupying his capital is more important in a war anyway. I just need to break his enthusiasm. And having one mountain fort occupied up there is not going to make him, like, quit the war. He probably also had Trebizond mothballed fairly recently. But no, we're going to get the war score from the ticking war score on the war goal of Koi, and then occupying his capital is my plan. So would you like to do a poll? Yeah, let's do a poll. Ready? So the question is, which idea group next? And the options are influence, influence, or influence. And we have chosen influence by a hair. just by a hair. All right, let me explain why, though. Why influence is so important and why we're definitely taking it no matter what. Is that as the Sunni, our government is special. We have ICTA, which gives increased national tax modifier +5, income from vassals +33, and it just means we get tons of money from vassals. So the Sunni religion plays super, super well into vassal swarm type approaches, which is one of my favorite playstyles anyway, and it's just really good. Plus, yeah, it's one of the best idea groups anyway. So we're doing that, and we're gonna start taking ideas. I mean, we almost went influence first. Realistically, we could have gone for influence first. I just chose to go for offensive because, you know, we had tons of military points at the time. All right, they're now finally, they're properly attaching to me. There are Najdi separatists marching through my lands. That's cool. Of course, my subjects are being occupied. His capital is in islands, though. We do have some time. We need to get onto the war goal. Or preferably make some progress on his capital. Naturally, we had a disease outbreak, of course. I think rather than hold this mountain, we may want to just go around and try to occupy... Oh, look at that. Kara had his fort mothballed as well. You know, actually, I think I'm going to go sit on Koi. Beautiful wall breach on the capital. There's maybe even an argument to consider going for 3 artillery just so we can do wall barrages after we get caught up on tech. Arumba, can you get access through the Mamluks and try to get Caraman out early? I think we already do have access. We do not. And we cannot. Yeah, not quite. But Caraman's on tech 8 to our tech 7, and I don't know, his army's too small to, I think, try to engage us. And we do have the ticking war score being built up now that I have Koi. And also, it's time, Diet held, it's time for some more military points. Yay, military points! You know what would be great is if we could actually give one more province to the burghers, like say Baghdad, after we integrate, then we can get a bunch of money from them. Arumba, who are Karaman's allies? Will the Ottomans jump on them when you have Akinlu occupied? It's time for a new general as well. Take our next idea, which gives us morale of armies plus 15. We're not going to do that core yet. Karaman is allied with the Great Horde, Aniza, and Akinlu. Yeah, they probably will jump on that. It's a little concerning because I think their mission tree gives them more claims on the Mamluks. There used to be an old mission called Conquer the Levant. And I think that got integrated into the new system somehow. I don't remember. I've not actually played as the Ottomans. So. We can invite a Hanafi scholar, which we're not going to do. Getting actually quite lucky after that disease outbreak. Got a wall breach and I think 2 defender deserts, which is a lot of plus status. The Ottomans have decided to stop giving us all their money, which is quite sad. But we have the war leader's capital. Let's go kill Kandar's army. Let's move on to... We now have access to Karaman, so let's do this. We're going to march down here. We're going to have Iraq pay for this. Well, actually, I don't want Iraq to pay for it because I think it'll get unoccupied when he gets integrated. Let's have Basra pay for it. We're going to stack wipe this guy, and then we're going to fight Karaman's army, and hopefully we can force him to retreat somewhere. And then knock him out because he'll have occupied and besieged provinces while at the same time having no army. That is our subject. It is being occupied. 10 nobles rise up in Mosul. 10 noble regiments. Lose loyalty at the cost of national unrest, or just lose prestige. I have, like, no manpower, so I would actually just lose the prestige here. Nice. See, they're only retreating to here, which is great. Stack whip on Karaman, and now we will go into carpet siege mode. So we're just gonna combine and then go split, 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 and then start. Actually, it's the split even more. Split, 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 split. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. Click, click, 1. That's 8 equally sized armies. I'm just gonna occupy everything in this area. He might have an opportunity to get some mercs out, but Iraq's about to get integrated. I do need some money. So we'll probably get enough individual war score with this guy that we can actually demand some dollar dues, some ducats. We already have 12 war score, which is decent, but not really enough to force a good peace deal. Let's wait for that last occupation. And then we'll just knock him out for whatever he'll give us money-wise. It's not going to be much, but I'm not going to wait for a siege on him. Hajj caravans have been raided. Lose prestige and legitimacy. That's fine. Okay, unfortunately, our capital, a subject of our capital and his fort of Shervin have both been occupied. But if we get Koi back, he will lose his ticking war score at 2.8. And we're like 1 month away from getting our integration complete. Let's top off relations with, I guess, the Ottomans for now. And Kandar is just a matter of knocking down one more. No, we have to knock down a lot of forts to get through here. Bum, 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 bum. Still out to the Ottomans? Yep. Okay, so we're just gonna hold this mountain. Look at that. Who the hell are these guys? Trapezuntine separatists. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. They're really doing a number on my subject. Alright, we're going to assign that to the burghers, which makes them happy. And above 75% influence, we're then going to demand some cash from them. The other lands, I do think we're going to assign to the clergy. I think some of this land needs to be converted. Yeah, it's all like, there's a lot of Shia down here. So anything that's Shia, we want to go to the Ulema. Help facilitate conversion. And then Haditha, I'm willing to give to the Amirs because it's already Sunni. If we could get just a tiny bit more influence with the Amirs, then we could actually get a decent manpower click from them at some point. Apparently the Mamluks are no longer a valid rival for us, which is interesting. Probably because we lost force limit or something, maybe? We're slightly over the force limit right now, but it's not enough to consider dropping any troops or anything. Bosran separatists in Hormuz. Hey, our subject might grow. Accept the culture? Yeah, we probably should, just so we can actually do the conversions a little bit easier. Mashriki is a fairly sizable culture down here, but we'll worry about that after we have our idea group, I think, knocked out. Maybe. Not 100% sure yet. Also, power projection's a bit low. We have rival the Timurids. We have no truce with the Timurids. Do we have an insult recently? Looks like no. Yeah, let's insult the Timurids then. It's time to celebrate with a big battle where we lose most of our troops so that we can then consolidate them to go back below the force limit. Wow, Ottomans are already done with their war. What was the peace deal with Mamluks? We just took 2 provinces because the Ottomans wouldn't get upset that way, and it helped us to grow a little bit, and we've broken up the alliance between the Ottomans and his friend, so we're looking pretty solid now. He's trying to head into Tabriz. That's mountains. Let's just march on the war goal for now. Staying over the force limit's costing me a fair bit. 4 ducats a month. But if you think about it, let's say I do that for 10 months. That's like 40 ducats for... I'm paying 40 ducats to conserve a couple thousand manpower, because we're going to lose a couple thousand manpower in the next battle. It would cost me more than 40 ducats just to hire 2 mercs, so that's kind of how I figure I should just, stay over the limit for a little while. Hopefully those rebels continue to have some success. They are being unsieged, so they may have already been killed, which is sad. We've got our 3-3 up here. We got the war goal, and he's on medium enthusiasm. So, I'm not greedy. I'm probably just going to peace out relatively soon. The main purpose of this war was to break his alliance with the Ottomans, so it's fine. Shamaki and Shervin, though, are worth like 20 war score, so we should try to get that unoccupied. I see he's doing that thing where he suicides his artillery, like everyone else in this area seems to be happy to do. Koi is being returned, so let's transfer this to Kara for now. th and the 19th. We're not fast enough. Also, do we have state edicts on right now? Just have trade power on. Arumba, can you get a Syrian core from him for reconquest on the Mamluks, the Mimiluks? Let's see. There's a Syrian core in Tadmor. And there's a Syrian core in Rabba. So we can just seize a province from Kara and release him. Also, if we were at peace right now, I'm already looking to release a subject out of Rasht before we have a rebellion there. The Biapis. They're not going to rebel because we're going to release them as a subject. Syria would be a great subject though as well, obviously. So, we could try to unsiege this land, or we could just wait for him to get on low enthusiasm and peace him out. And of course I've forgotten about the war goal again. Having to transfer that over and over again is really dumb and annoying. Here's that our air is industrious, and we can take military tech. Let's just take it, get that little tiny bit of an edge over this guy. I think the 7 stack's probably pretty safe, holding the mountain pass here. Unfortunately, we accidentally engaged with no leader into the mountains there. Even though I didn't see a thing saying I was going to make it in time. But okay. Like I said, we were about to lose a bunch of troops, right? So that's why we didn't consolidate. Why we didn't get rid of them. See, we're no longer over the force limit. Woo! Well, we still are by 2, but not for long. Let's swap the siege pip leader in so we can pull our 3-6 guy off. Move towards legalism and get something in Rasht. Yes, legalism good. He's just gonna let me sit on the war goal. That will help out a lot. Baghdad loses defensiveness. 14 enthusiasm now. We can do one more age bonus before the game is before this thing is done. Let's just take Justified Wars. Meanwhile, those rebels have been occupying or like trying to siege this for quite a while, a whole year. He might try to relieve this siege. I think he probably will. After he's done with that siege of Astara. Hey, we got Shervin back. Okay, his capital should fall even quicker. Sought support has expired, which means that it's time for more admin points. Which is good, because we're still behind on admin tech. This is technically defensive terrain for us because of our Highland capital for another 79 months, but he's the defender. It's a little tricky. Hopefully he'll leave that alone. He can't actually get through Shervin though now. He might actually be stuck behind lines. Yeah, we're projecting zone of control into Astara. He can't go through here. He could go through Armadil and then Nankchkvan or whatever. So we'll see what he does. Yep, he is going that way. All right, so don't know if he's going to go try to deal with his rebels, because the rebels are about to succeed. He seems like he's heading this way, which logically they like to go for forts that are about to fall, so he might be heading to Trebizond, or he might be going for my Erzurum mountain pass. The Mashriki Sunni becomes available, a half-price Diplo advisor. Yes, we're currently doing Diplo idea group, so we'll take him. And of course we're trying to relieve that siege. So, we have 23 war score. He's on 0 enthusiasm temporarily. We'll be there on the 31st. We can bail and just get out in time, it looks like. But we have to give up our barrage, our breach. Which kind of sucks. Trebizond did fall. Send in the Medicus. Our air is a 602, slightly below average. Let's just pray, and of course he's gonna survive. Well, we're probably gonna retreat from that fight. Damn it. Stop making me lose stab and stuff, man. I'm behind time on tech. I don't want to lose my stab. Alright, considering that the goal was just to make him leave the war. Like, sorry, not leave the war. The goal was mostly to break up the alliance. I feel like we've done that. I'm just going to occupy and besiege these other provinces, and then probably piece them out for like 20% war score. We still have like no manpower, and we're losing a lot of money, and it's just not the smartest war to be in long term. To Kara. I could have sworn at one point I found a button that, like, allowed you to sort by the recipients. So it would just, like, put all the Kara cores next to each other, but I guess I'm crazy. Anyway, we want him to return the Kara cores, and ideally we want to take these two provinces as well, but he's not willing to agree to that just yet. Negative 35 reasons. We could wait a little bit longer. We do have our ticking war score, and we're about to pick up some more occupations. If we just had that damn capital back, that's 11.7 war score. Okay. Negative 19 reasons. Negative 9 altogether. Doesn't appear like there's any real chance that he's going to take that fort back, so we'll just sort of stay here, let the ticking war score do its job for a moment, and hopefully he'll concede soon. Negative 6 reasons. Negative 1 reasons. We could actually force him to annul alliances, but he has no relationship with the Ottomans. Shoot. That's unfortunate. Ooh, he broke his alliance with Karaman. Yeah, Karaman's gonna die. If he still had a royal marriage with the Ottomans, we could force him to annul the royal marriage, which would also block him from picking up an alliance with the Ottomans again. Ottomans are friendly still, and since we didn't force them to annul, they might end up re-upping the alliance. But nothing I can really do about it. We do have 2 wall breaches. That's quite lucky as well. But there's a 14% chance they take our fort. And they got it. Of course they did. Of course they did. I was actually totally going to release Biapis. Yes, of course you are. How are you so lucky, you son of a gun? You know what? We don't have to do this right now. Let's just get the cores back. Fine. Stupid lucky bastard. Okay, and then we're gonna just release Biapis right now. And we just forced him into bankruptcy, so that's fine. And Biapis is gonna go siege down our subject, which is kind of funny.